All right. Good Tuesday afternoon. Look at that. Focus. Sorry, I'm late, guys. I wanted to kick off at 12 o'clock, but I had some things to take care of that came down. There we go. Last minute. So we're running late. So here's what I'm going to do because this is going to be I'm going to be free till 2. This is going to be one of them streams where I'm going to try to get a lot of things covered before 2 o'clock. And then whatever I don't get covered, right, we're going to talk about probably on Thursday. I'll give you a double stream on Thursday now that there's the Daima to talk about. However, we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Daima today. I got a poll going on right now. There's a lot of shit going on in the Dragon Ball community about Daima, the continuity of Daima, the canon lore. There are people that believe that Daima is coming back for a season 2. And I want you all to know that you have got to be some of the stupidest motherfuckers in the world. Okay? You got to be dumb if you guys believe that. But today, this stream, I'm going to cover a plethora of shit. But I want to go ahead and get the Dragon Ball bullshit out the way. Now, at first, I was going to roast Geekdom because Geekdom promised the fans a lot of shit. But then I seen he just dropped another video talking about Daima connecting to Super. I haven't watched it yet, so we're going to react to that in real time. Then we're going to talk about Congress for a minute. Then we're going to talk about WWE for a moment. Then we got to talk about the fat exceptions. All right, it's a lot of shit going on. Alan Roberts been on a warpath. Tess Holiday is on some crazy shit. Emily Reed is back on some crazy shit. Yo, what's up, random black guy? There's a lot to talk about. So let's just dive right in because I want to see this video that you did. And there's another guy, DP, One Deep, that said that Daima is GOAT. And he's a 90s baby. He called people like me old heads. Grow some balls first. That's I'm leaving it at that. I watched that little fucking clip. It was put in my Discord. Dragon Ball Daima is fucking the GOAT. I don't care what nobody says. That Steven said 4 was fucking awesome. That's fucking shit's the GOAT. And the old heads, that's GT. You wasn't even around to remember GT, number 1. GT. What's up, number 3? If anyone believe that Daima is better than GT, you're smoking. You're just smoking. Daima sucks. All right, 4 out of 10 for me. It sucked. It was horrible. Don't care what nobody says. And that's just facts. It's just facts. But let's see Geekdom's video because I want to see what Geekdom is talking about. So let's see this video. Ain't watched it. First time watch it in real time. Promise you.
This is Lord Beerus, and unless you want your planet destroyed,
Oh, God.
subscribe to Geekdom 101.
Oh, God.
It's even better than pudding.
Oh, God.
So Dragon Ball Daima.
Stop. You know, I wanted to roast you when you sit up there and said Brawley and Chile, you know they fucked. Like, what grown-ass man sit around and wonder if cartoon characters actually fuck? I'm just going to put it out there. But let's talk about it. This here we're getting guys say because now this is the first time I'm seeing this. The idea of Dragon Ball Daima came from Aoko Aoko, president of Caps Corporation Tokyo, while he was working on DBS Superheroes, Dragon Ball Superheroes. So that was the movie. At first, they didn't want Toriyama to be that involved in the series, but after presenting this idea to him, he was so excited that he worked on it more than expected. Dragon Ball Daima is I told you guys, the continuity of the Boo Saga. I told you all in my last live stream last week, all they did was just complete the story of Majin Buu. However, though, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, like any OVA will be a continuity of the Dragon Ball event to any Dragon Ball event, and this doesn't make them canon to the original series, even if Toriyama was involved in some of them. In conclusion, Dragon Ball Daima is a non-canon or alternative sequel to Dragon Ball, and therefore has no direct connection with Dragon Ball Super. And I said that in my live stream last week. Matter of fact, I started saying 2 weeks ago when Goku went Super Saiyan 4 that this cannot be canon. It doesn't make sense. And all they doing is try to finish out the Boo story, but Toriyama wanted to put some GT lore to it. You can't connect it to something when it doesn't make sense. Dragon Ball GT for you assholes out there actually makes sense. It actually makes sense. It actually makes fucking sense. Diamond makes no sense. It was just giving the fanboys and fangirls what they wanted. I said this 2-3 weeks ago. If they wouldn't have put Super Saiyan 4 in this, you could definitely tie this into Super. The moment Goku went Super Saiyan 4, matter of fact, take that back. The moment Vegeta went Super Saiyan 3, you technically still could have tied into Super because you can give Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 anytime in Super. At any point, he can go Super Saiyan 3. But Super Saiyan 4 was a different thing because what we were told in GT, how Goku acquired it, he needed his tail. Goku didn't have his tail in Daima. And the only time you've seen his tail is when he went Super Saiyan 4. In GT, he regrew out his tail. There you have it on that.
Daima ended on Friday, and a lot of people were very confused, understandably so, and very let down because the ending.
Oh,
really
hey, hold on, guys. I'm seeing all the comments.
like
hold on, I'm seeing all the comments. Wait. Whoa, because I had the screen big over here. Hold on. Exactly. Nothing but nostalgia. What's up, GOAT? Go sub to GOAT and random do his little mini stuff. And number 3, go sub to these 3. They do good work. GOAT, I've been watching your basketball shit. It's been on point. What's good, Scholar? What's good, Dante? What did random say here? No, I think he's making up bullshit because everyone. Yeah, it got too many hoes. Yes, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about. I got all that. We're gonna get this done before 2 o'clock. That's the juicy shit. That's why I just want to get this shit out the way because it's more real good shit going on. So we're gonna get this out the way real quick, really quick. Let me get back to Geetham. I can see the chat up here now. I apologize, guys.
A season finale instead of a series finale because there were a lot of plot threads that were.
Geetham. The series ended. Not GT. Daima said the end. I want somebody to go back if they can because I don't have time. I haven't done it yet. It's been a while. Go back and watch the last episode of Dragon Ball before Z and see does it says the end on the last episode of Dragon Ball. And then go watch the last episode of Dragon Ball Z, Goku's Next Journey, right? Episode 291. And see does it says the end after Goku and Ooh flies away. I don't recall neither of those 2 episodes when it ended for that particular franchise saying the end. Okay. However, I remember GT saying the end because that was the end of the Dragon Ball story. Daima said the end because it wasn't meant to go anywhere. It's done. That story is done. That is a what if, truly a what if side story. And notice in this article right here, they didn't say GT wasn't canon, now did they? They just said Daima and some of the movies and OVAs. They didn't say one thing about GT not being canon. Just keep that in mind.
Were sort of still left open and a lot of questions from the fandom. And like I said, understandably so. But there's a lot of misunderstandings and a lot of copium going on. I'm seeing some people, and I'm going to go into this post here and explain what's really going on here. I'm seeing a lot of people claim that Daima is a different continuity to.
You started that shit. With. So here's how this works. Okay. Here's how this shit works. I'm going to tell you guys how shit works. When you have a voice in a community like Geetham does, okay, and you start to spew ideas or to say your sources, and I have a little birdie in my pocket tell me who your source might be. But I'm not gonna say all that because I don't want to sound like an idiot if indeed it isn't. But people have been telling me because they like what I've been saying about Dragon Ball, and people like to dig up shit and find out shit, and they want to tell people shit. So I'm just saying. But when you start to try to connect the dots and say, well, this happened because of this, and my sources say this, and this, and this, then you get those diehard fans that go, oh, well, Geetham said this, so it's a part of a different continuity because of what Geetham said. You started all that stuff. Just like the ideal about how this might tie back in, this video to Super. There's no might. It can't tie into Super. There's no fucking way. It wouldn't make sense. There was just a fan service 20 episode miniseries. Period. Just like how Super won't tie into GT. It can't. But that doesn't mean Super is not in the same timeline. It doesn't mean that Diamond's not in the same timeline. It just have different endings. So if you want to watch Z to end it with Daima, then you can watch Z, Daima, the end. That ends the Z story, the Dragon Ball story there. If you want to watch the Super continuity, then you watch Z up to Boo, right? Just like what Daima take place, or after, well, it doesn't matter. After Boo, but not past the tournament. Then you can watch Z into Super until Super ends. That would end the Dragon Ball continuity that way. It's all in the same timeline. Or if you want to watch GT, then you watch all of Z into GT. And that ends the timeline there. It's all the same timeline. You can just go a different way with the ending. But you can't tie Z into Daima, then Daima into Super, then Super into GT, because it won't make sense. It's not that hard to explain. I just summed it up for you right there. You get done with Kid Buu, you got two options. You can go into Super until Super ends, or you can go into Daima and watch that. If you want to watch GT, you don't watch Super, you don't watch Daima, you go right into GT. You just watch Z out to GT. It's just that easy, guys. It's just that simple.
Dragon Ball Super. And that's something that I think is the reason why people are believing this is because of the fact that events happened in Daima, because Daima's right.
People believe it because people try to explain how it ties into shit. And I've been saying this for 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. I can't remember. I've been saying it every fucking Dragon Ball video. You cannot. The only way Daima would have tied into Super was no Super Saiyan 4. When they did that, that squashed that argument. Super Saiyan 3, you can get around that. Super Saiyan 4, it squashed the argument. You can't tie it into Super. Super Saiyan 3, you absolutely can. That was, people right there should have just, they should have known then that this is not going to go towards Super. Leading up to that point, we all assume it was. For me, I for sure thought we were going to see the Beerus at the end. We seen the Supreme Kais from Super in the cameo. So naturally, you will assume that, hey, this going to go back to Super. We'll get that Beerus cameo at the end. We didn't get that. We got a big fuck you. But you guys did, but that's basically what it was. So it's not that hard to sum up how the timeline flows. It's not a different timeline. It's all part of the same timeline. You just got multiple endings to Z. Z can go into Super, Z can go into Daima, Z can go into GT. That's all it is. That's all it is. Literally, it's all that it is. Stop overthinking it.
Right after the Majin Buu saga, and Super is a few years after the Majin Buu saga. And remember, in the first episode of Super, there was that mistranslation about the 6 months thing. Super, the events of Battle of Gods take place 4 years after the defeat of Kid Buu. So that would be about 3 years after Daima. Now, the questions that have come up time and time again is, where is Super Saiyan 4 in Dragon Ball Super? Why are the Supreme Kai and Kibito refused?
Oh, God. Hold on. Hey, what's up, Ken Folk? I'll give you a call in a little bit and check on you, see how you doing. What's up, Red Hood? Hey, listen. If you guys want to watch Diamond, go on ahead. Okay. It might have the best animation, but story-wise, it wasn't that good to me. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm explaining. If you want to watch Super, you cannot watch anything after Kid Buu. Once Kid Buu ends and they go back to Earth and they celebrate before the little time skip 5 years or whatever for the tournament, that's that spot that Super picks up. And then you can watch Super until it ends. That's how that goes. Super can't go into GTY. You have God powers in Super. Diamond can't go into Super because you got Super Saiyan 4 now. So if you want to watch Diamond, the same thing. Up to Boo, up to where they eating at or whatever. That little peace gap. You watch Z to Diamond, and then that's where it ends. Z, they gave you 3 different endings to Z. That's pretty much what this is. Just I want you guys to understand what I'm trying to explain. You got 3 different endings to Z. Okay? You got the GT route, which is the original, the OG. Okay? Now you got the Super route that hasn't even ended yet. And then you got the Diamond route that just ended. So they gave you 3 alternative endings to Z. That's what they did. That's exactly what they did. So that's all I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Timelines all the same. They just ended in different ways. Daima didn't go past Boo 5 years, 6 years, like with how the tournament started, and then another 5 years or 10 years for GT after the defeat. Boo was 10 years in GT, 5 years from the tournament. But there was a 5-year skip to the tournament, and another 5 years to start GT. Daima didn't do that. But they recycled Super Saiyan 4 and gave it to you in Diamond. Because Toriyama won his own version of Super Saiyan 4. Yo, what's up, Gaming Geek? What's going on, man? Let's try to finish video. I want to talk about other stuff. I ain't watch the whole video.
And these are logical questions. This is not, I don't think that people are dumb in asking this. Now, if you've been following my channel, one of the things I've said for years, and people don't seem to understand it, at least the greater fandom doesn't. Many of you guys do, but the fandom outside of this channel, a lot of them don't, is I say that people have a real big misunderstanding about canon. And I've constantly...
But you are the driving force behind that because of the shit you say. See, now you trying to pass judgment and call the people outside of your channel idiots. Well, there are some people like us that are more knowledgeable about Dragon Ball lore than you. You know, like that one time you said that just the first time you seen Namekian houses. When we all seen the Namekian houses during the Namek saga. When you said that, when Dragon Ball, what was that? They went to Namek. What was that? Shit. I can't even think. Random, y'all know what I'm talking about when they showed Namek. Was it fucking the Namekian house, Piccolo house, superhero, Dragon Ball superhero? When they showed Piccolo house, what the fuck it was? You like, it's the first time we see in the Namekian house. Or what if Beerus had God? Yeah. What if Beerus learned God? Beerus was a god. Like, no, people get this conception because of what you say. What you say. See, people like me that just keep it honest and blunt, they don't listen to people like me. It's people like you.
He said multiple times that the Japanese that make Dragon Ball, we're talking about Iyoku, Toei, Shueisha, they do not care about canon.
No shit. I even said that in my comment section and on the last live stream. Americans and other countries that follow anime care about canon for chronological purposes of trying to make it make sense in a particular timeline. Okay? Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and GT, all three flow into each other perfectly. You can even argue that the movies in Dragon Ball and into Dragon Ball Z, in between events of the main sagas and arcs, are also canon because they take place at a particular time in the main timeline in between arcs. Now, we don't want to talk about Bio Broly. That's some evolution shit. But Janemba, Fusion Reborn, Gogeta, all of that happened during the time when Goku and Vegeta were both dead during the Buu Saga. So it is canon to the Buu Saga. Now, can you have alternate endings for the same timeline? Absolutely. That's what's going on with Daima and with Super. They're both technically canon because they both take place in the same timeline. It just in a different way from Z, depending on where you watch it in Z, how you watch Z. That's it. Like it's not that hard to figure out.
Anywhere near as much as the West does. The idea of a canon is from the word canonical, which was used to legitimize which books of the Bible were inspired by God and which weren't. That's the origin of the word, and it's been used to kind of replace the word
That's somewhat the origin of the word, but we're not going to get into biblical stuff because that'll take me on another fucking tangent, and we're not going to try to talk about Greek mythology and all that stuff, or where the word canon came from, because it means multiple things in multiple languages. But we use it here in the West, in America, as chronologically order. The overall emphasis on the word order. That's what canon means. Now, people believe that in the anime sphere, if you don't have a manga and the main writer's input or name on it, then it's not canon. That shit is because of people like you, Geekdom, and other geeks that said, well, if Toriyama didn't write it, it's not canon. If Toriyama doesn't acknowledge it, it's not canon. If there's not a manga, it's not canon. And that's not necessarily the case. Long as it flows chronologically in the same timeline, it can indeed be canon. Daima is a side story that is a continuation of something that happened in the main continuity, which is Buu. So that right there makes it canon to Z, because it completes the story and the origin of where Majin Buu came from. And it ties in the origin story about the Supreme Kais and the Namekians, where the Nameks came from. So it absolutely is canon. It just can't flow in the Super. So it is canon to NZ that way. Hence the name Daima. Super is canon after Buu to NZ that way. Hence the name Super. GT is canon to Z because of the events that led up after the tournament that involved Oob. If it wasn't for Oob, you wouldn't have GT. If it wasn't for Raditz, you wouldn't have Z. If it wasn't for Goku, you wouldn't have Dragon Ball. Goku's the same age in Daima that he was in Z. Goku's the same age, well, a little bit older in Super, but in the same timeline. And picks up the boots. Like you guys be overthinking shit. You're overthinking shit.
People want continuity in Dragon Ball, and I understand it, and I also want it, but the Japanese just don't care. Now, unfortunately, at least not as much when it comes to Dragon Ball. Unfortunately, though, this does lead to
Daima is like OG Dragon Ball, with the last 5 episodes being like DBZ. Fighting wise, I can't argue that. Fighting wise, I cannot argue that. I don't know, Scholar. Episode 19. So episode 19 and 18 with the fighting, there was some moments where it was like, okay, It's a little bit raunchy. But overall, don't get it twisted, Scott. You know, I'm blunt. Overall, it's nowhere as good as Z. There wasn't no beheadment. The only thing that was remotely good was the Kamehameha going through Goma. And then through the other rims. That was about it. But like Z was just raw, bloody, and gory. All right, man. Take it easy. They could have did that too. I agree. I'm glad they didn't use Super and Diamond. Oh, I know he lied. I'm gonna check it. And listen, I watched our guy NBA, right, on his last live stream he did. And all I want to know is, before I go back to Geek them, then we're gonna transition to something else real quick. To the guys, baby, let me get big. And Geek, you know I'm not lying. Geek, you know I'm not fucking lying at all. To the guys that were sitting there dissecting Goku and saying, oh my God, this form is so beautiful. Oh, it's so nostalgic. It is so sexy. What in the fuck is wrong? It's a cartoon character, man. It's something that you draw on fucking paper. It's something that you draw on paper, man. Fucking paper, man. I sat there and watched some of that shit. Oh, Goku, this form is so beautiful. Oh, yeah, did you see that, Skylar? Hey, I watched NBA, I watched that stream, and I laughed my ass off. Then they had one guy on there playing the shit backwards in mirror so he wouldn't get copyright strike with a duck, with like a duck emoji, a fucking anime character, saying that Dragon Ball sucked, but he was trying to be corny with it. How can you sit there and say this anime guy looks beautiful? Goku, oh, look at the hand. It looks so sexy, so dominant. And I think he was trying to do the dragon fish here. It did. The dude, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? It's just a cartoon. It's not that deep. Y'all worse than the guy that was singing happy birthday to the anime character at one time I watched. What the? Listen, go get laid, please. For the love of God, get you a woman. Get you, if you like guys, get you go bust nuts. All right? Goku can't physically jack you off. Goku can't physically give you head. Chi-Chi can't put her tits on your dick. Go get you a real human being. Or fuck, go buy you a blow-up doll or something. Just go do sex. Go have sex. Right? It'll change your life. It's the best medicine out there. Please, for the love of God, humanity is dying. For the love of God, it's just cartoons. I seen one guy talk about how Bulma. That's why I stopped watching Prince Vegeta. You guys remember Prince Vegeta? I used to watch Prince Vegeta all the time when he would do the little comedy skits, right? But then he started to do the lolly shit about Vegeta giving the D and then Kefla and then all the provocative trying to sex appeal the girl cartoon. What the have I never ever? I couldn't watch that shit. I have children, for Christ's sake. I live in the real world. Twitch, I don't listen. Man, for the love of God, look, I got calluses on my hands because I work. I do hard shit. For the love of God, unplug your mind from analyzing a cartoon character's body and go do something productive so your nuts won't shrink up. Go fucking get laid. You'll forget all about Goku and Goku hairy arms. Jesus fucking Christ. I just had to get that. What the fuck, man? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Gaming Geek knows exactly. He's on Twitch.
some questions that, again, people have logically asked. And I want to get to this post here from Let Me Cook. Well, unfortunately, Let Me Cook did not cook here because he made an assumption that's pretty wrong. And I'm going to get to what I mean here.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong. See, you're trying to do damage control. It's not wrong. Just like you said, you know, based on your sources, that there's a fusion coming. Now, we all assume, including me, that it was the Kais that were going to fuse. Because the fusion bug originally was said you need 3 weak beings. You got 3 Kais there. You got 3 Namekians there too, but for the love of God, I'm glad they didn't go that fucking route. So they didn't fuse, but you said based on your sources. And then, from what I was hearing, you also said based on your sources, it was going to be a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta coming too. Where it looked like your sources lied to you. This actually makes fucking sense. Now, you got something cut out here in the first place why we did a new TV anime series. About 6 years ago, when I was making Dragon Ball Superhero, I started thinking about wanting to make a new series that was different from the movie. I was making a movie, and I was thinking of having the teacher make it for a while, not to burden the teacher, but for him to watch it. What do you think? I threw it. As I progressed, the teacher was very enthusiastic. It was different from the original plan, but after consulting with the teacher, we ended up making the most of it. Okay, I guess you're talking about fucking Daima there. But this article right here actually makes sense. The people that Goku and them were fighting in the demon realm were margins.
Margins.
Kid Buu was a margin that was created in the demon realm by Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Remember that lingo there, right? So it did continue the story of Margin Buu. That's exactly what they did. That's why it took place immediately after Kid Buu. Duh. But let's see what you guys say for damage controls. I can go talk about something else.
This is all about what Akio Yoku said about Dragon Ball Daima and its relation to the original series, like the original manga and Dragon Ball Z era. And
manga don't mean shit. Manga don't mean her shit. Daima doesn't have a manga. GT doesn't have a manga. The only difference between the two, GT was based on the original material by Akira Toriyama, which is the original manga of the Dragon Ball franchise that told the story of Dragon Ball Z. That's why the last episode is called Goku Next Journey. As a matter of fact, let's dive a little deep real quick. Before Toriyama finished Dragon Ball Z, the writers with Toei was already pitching to continue the story. That's why the last episode is called Goku's Next Journey. Wow. Did I just fuck you, or did I just fuck you a little bit? Did I fuck your brain and massage you a little bit? Toriyama didn't want to write a story. That would mean he would need to write either a manga to continue or a story. That's why he said, you guys can write it. I will acknowledge it. I will sign off on it. I even give it a fucking name. That made it canon because it's based on the original story, and it take place 5 years after the tournament in Z. Literally. So you don't have to have a manga for it to be canon. Daima is canon because of the events with Kid Buu. And the story continuing that story. Period. Wow. And Toriyama wrote the shit. Wow. It's his story, original story. It's his story. Come on, Geetham. Come on, man. Wise up.
Super. So he says the idea of Dragon Ball Daima came from Akio Ioku, president of Capsule Corporation.
What you wait, Scott? What you talking about? Pause. What's up? What you talking about? I see you on the other screen over here.
He's right about that. While he was working on DB Superhero, he wrote Superheroes, but he's talking about Superhero, the movie with Gohan, Beast, and Stelmax. At first, they didn't want Toriyama to be that involved in the series, but after presenting the idea to him, he was so excited that he worked on it on more than expected. This is something that we talked about on multiple streams here on the channel, that Toriyama, when he was brought in to work on the series, his imagination went wild, and he came up with all these vehicles and a lot.
There's nothing to be expected. Just get to the point.
Out of this lore,
blah, blah.
Ways retconning stuff he had done in the past.
Yeah, no shit. Y'all, because he can't come with nothing original. Y'all keep retconning characters. And you know what? I'm gonna say something here. Oh, yeah, that'll fuck your brain. Yes. Because see, Skylar, you one of the OGs here. People don't think. Why else did they name the last episode in Dragon Ball Z Goku Next Journey? If the story was to end right there, why would it be? Why would you name it Goku Next Journey? Because the story wanted to be continued. So Toei, before Toei, and he said this, he met deadline hell. He would have to be done with it, and then Toei wanted more. So before the anime got put on TV with the actual names to the show, they was already in the process of doing GT. That's why when Dragon Ball Z ended January 31st, 1996, GT started February, the following month, like on the 3rd of 1996. They already had GT in the barrel, ready to go. Ready to go. Wow, they'll fuck your brains with that one.
And I have a whole video I'm working on.
What's up, Lulu?
About some of the retcons that modern Dragon Ball has given us that somewhat contradict the old stuff. So look forward to that coming very soon. I haven't done it yet, but it's coming. So
there's nothing you could try to say to write this ship that I already done not said. Now, you can use some of my information to make your video if you want. I don't really give a shit. But retconning, he has the right to retcon what the fuck he wants. It was his creation. Now, of course, y'all Batman get some rest, man. But of course, Toriyama's dead now. So any retcons that come down the line, if they continue Super, there'll be a Toro thing and Toei and Bird Studios, all that shit, because that's who owns the right to the Dragon Ball franchise. So retconning don't mean shit in the grand scheme of things. He can retcon the fuck he want. Matter of fact, you know who should have been the true final villain, who had the most potential to be the most deadliest villain of all of Dragon Ball? Cell. Fucking Cell. And what did they do with Cell? They tried to recreate Cell, and Damian Clark should have sued. Should have straight up fucking sued the original voice actor of Cell, English version. They took the iconic Cell, and made him retarded, slow. And Gohan has PTSD for androids, and that's how you got Beast Gohan. It took a dumb Cell and some androids getting mutilated. Not Piccolo getting his ass kicked. Not Krillin and them getting tossed around like in Z. It took Android 16 getting his head smashed and Gamma blowing himself up for Gohan to freak the fuck out for Cell. Cell should have been the final boss. Yes, I'm still in the rock shit for Dragon Ball Super. And Frieza's okay, but Cell is legit. I don't give a fuck nobody say. Cell should have been that guy. Should have been the one. They were going to do a character like that, should have gave it to Cell.
He goes on to say Dragon Ball Daima is a continuity of the Buu saga, like any OAV would be a continuity to any Dragon Ball event. So this is already wrong.
No, it's not wrong. But let's hear why.
An OAV, he means OVA, an original video production. Dragon Ball Daima is not an OVA. Dragon Ball Daima is a 20-episode anime miniseries.
That's what he says, like any OVA. It's like. You can make Daima into a movie. You can literally make it into a movie. Literally.
Right, it's a continuity of the Buu saga, like any OAV would be a continuity to any Dragon Ball event, and thus doesn't make them canon to the original series, even if Toriyama was involved in some of them. Well, here's the thing. You just wrote Dragon Ball Daima is a continuity of the Buu saga, but then you said that does not make it canon to the original series. This is why...
Now, that is wrong. It is canon to the original series because of the Buu saga. So that's misinterpretation. Now, I can argue the fact, Geetham, because you one of the guys too that said, isn't GT the continuation of the events after the World Martial Arts Tournament that ended Z? Because if that's indeed true the case, and we all know it is, then guess what that make it? Canon. Is Toriyama still writing the series? No, because he's dead. So does that mean Super going forward, if it comes back, would be canon? Yes or no? Answer that question for me.
Talk about when I say that a lot of people do not understand canon, because people throw the word around and
you don't understand canon.
One of the, without really getting what's going on, one of the,
you didn't even know what the word lot means. When what was it? Dragon Ball Super Broly, when Frieza, no, Dragon Ball Super, when Frieza said you lot, when he was talking about blowing up some people, lot means a group of people. You lot. They say it like that from time to time. I remember Geek say he didn't know the fuck that meant. Come on, man, stop it. I'm done. I can't watch more of this. I would do a side video to this. You listen, you cannot, no circumstance, fucking make this canon to fucking goddamn Super. You just can't. I mean, you have a Super Saiyan 4 in there now, and I'm gonna make a separate video of this because I want the comments in here. I'm gonna show you how you got roasted in your comment section. Okay, let's talk about WWE real quick, and then we're gonna talk about what happened in Congress with Zelensky, and then I'm gonna talk about some fast stuff and get the fuck out of here. WWE. If you missed the Elimination Chamber, you missed something very interesting. Now, I'm a big wrestling fan, been since I was a little kid. May not seem that way because I normally don't talk about that stuff on my channel. I normally talk about a lot of other stuff, but as of late, because Diamond was a thing, we kind of been talking about Diamond. Diamond's dead now, so I'm slowly going back to normal scheduling programming. So I decided that since the WWE done got good again the last couple of years, since they got rid of the old fucking the poop on people's heads, Vince McMahon, I decided to start to give WWE a chance. That and my brother also wrestles on the independent circuit in Texas. So I have an invested interest in wrestling. So as of late, WWE been good. It's been pretty chill, pretty interesting to say the least. I remember when John Cena first hit the scene. I'm almost 40, so I've been watching wrestling really since 1992. That tells you a lot. So I remember when John Cena hit the scene, what, 2000? He came out, he slapped Kurt Angle, said ruthless aggression. Then we had the Thugonomics, which technically was a heel Cena. We fast forward to WrestleMania 21. WrestleMania go Hollywood. Cena goes against JBL because Thugonomics Cena was the U.S. champion. He went against JBL. He beat JBL and became the WWE champion. Then Thugonomics John Cena died, and we got the John Cena that we all know today, right? And if I recall, WrestleMania 21 was in 2005. 20 years after the birth of that Cena, at Elimination Chamber on Saturday, we get the heel Cena. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I told you guys that Cena was going to win the Elimination Chamber. I told you guys that Seth Rollins was going to cost CM Punk that match. Go back and watch my last live stream. I said it. I told you we were going to fucking do it. Because they want Cena to get the belt. Now, what I didn't see was Cena going heel to do it. It's like how Stone Cold, for those of us that from Texas, the Astrodome, Houston, we have a problem. If my schoolmate Brandon Janowski, my brother from another mother, if he watched this stream later, he can tell you. George Moore, where you at? All my schoolmates, little town from Brandon, we close-knit people. April 1st or 2nd, 2001, WrestleMania 17, 45 minutes away from me. At that time, I think it was the second biggest WrestleMania at that time, because at the time, WrestleMania 3 was the biggest before it was smashed by WrestleMania 23 back up in Michigan at Ford Field. The first one was the Plant Superdome. But I don't want to fucking get off in the history of wrestling like that. But Stone Cold, who was always technically a heel, if you've been following Stone Cold, you know he was always a heel from the Hollywood Blondes to Stunning Steve Austin. He was a heel. He was a heel in WCW, ECW. He was a fucking heel. But he became a good heel. But nobody thought that night against The Rock, the rematch from WrestleMania 15, they fought 15, 17, 19. Those three WrestleMania they evented. Nobody thought that Stone Cold would ever side with Vince McMahon to take the belt from The Rock. So now you got The Rock, who is essentially like Vince McMahon. He's on the board with TKO. He's like the boss of the WWE. And then you got the poster boy who's retiring from WWE that passed the reins along to Roman Reigns. More on him in a second. That pretty much told everybody last month after the Royal Rumble he's taking his spot in the Elimination Chamber. We didn't think about it. We thought he earned it. It makes sense. It's John Cena, whatever. And then Cody Rhodes come out after Cena won because of fucking corporation too. Hey, no chance in hell. The corporation. Shane, Vince, The Undertaker was part of the corporation. Fucking Test. Fucking you had Triple H. Who else I'm missing? The Big Boss Man. Fucking the corporation was the shit. Briscoe and Pat Patterson, that was the shit. If I have time, I want to talk about Congress and stuff, D-Man. If I got time, I will be live streaming Thursday. So if it's any reactions, just hold them off. We're going to do that Thursday. I'm going to give y'all a second stream on Thursday. But back to what I was saying. Cody Rhodes come out there. I'm not going to get into the history of the Rhodes, fam. We all know how WWE did the Rhodes, kept them down. John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and The Rock is out there with 21 Savage. I think it was out there. I think it was 21 Savage. No, not 21 Savage. What's that guy name, man? Smoke some weed. Fuck, not 21 Savage. The fuck that guy name? I can't think of it right now. Fucking, the Trey. What the fuck that guy did? Anyway, the rapper. Whatever the fuck, he was out there. Fucking. And long story short, John Cena, Travis Scott. Yeah, Travis Scott. Travis Scott had a doobie. He had a joint going out. Anyway. John Cena, after Cody Rhodes said on TV, thank you, WWE. Thank you last night on Netflix. CM Punk dropped bullshit like 3 times, no beeping. That's what I'm talking about. Cody Rhodes came out there and told The Rock to go, and I quote, fuck himself, uncensored. That's what I'm talking about. Peacock, baby. Peacock, the cock. To quote Jim Cornette, the cock, peacock. Told him to go fuck himself with cock. Well, then John Cena hugs Cody Rhodes. And I'm thinking, okay, Rock for no knock Cena ass out. We know the history of Rock and Cena, baby. We know the history. Rock whooped Cena at WrestleMania 28. Cena divorced his wife. Then WrestleMania 29 in New York, New Jersey. Rock drops the belt to Cena. That was his 10th time. Right? After Rock got the belt from CM Punk at Elimination Chamber, if I recall. And then Punk 434-day reign. So see, you got all those pieces in there. Punk hate Rock. Cena somewhat hate Rock. We seen the Rock bottom Cena at WrestleMania last year. So it didn't make sense. But then we see the Rock do this shit here. And we see Cena beat the living shit out of Cody. It was beautiful. It brought a tear to mine. Now everybody says that's fucked up. I say that's good shit. That's primo shit. That's good shit. I had this drink 2 weeks ago. I brought a bottle of it. Kentucky whiskey. Called a Rabbit Hole. $60-something fucking bottle. That was good. It's like going down the rabbit hole. That was good shit. Now, where do Roman Reigns come into play? You got Cody Rhodes that's going to WrestleMania. You got John Cena. The Rock will be in Cena's corner. Why would Roman Reigns get involved in this match? To repay a debt to Cody Rhodes. But you know what's going to happen? In that match, Roman Reigns is going to cost Cody Rhodes the title. Why? An indirect spear or indirect chair shot that was meant for Cena or meant for The Rock. Cena get the victory. 1, 2, 3. 17-time world champion. Roman Reigns inadvertently is the reason why Cody Rhodes didn't continue his 1-year streak. And now you got John Cena with the title. And he's going to probably hold it until the triple threat match down the line at SummerSlam or towards the end of the year between him, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes, or CM Punk. Why would CM Punk beat John Cena? Y'all guys remember when CM Punk beat John Cena and took that belt and went home after his contract in Chicago? And was it at one night stand, ECW one night stand, he beat Cena and took the WWE Championship and went home. Then he came back and did the epic pipe bomb. You guys remember that? They can retell that story again. And I think that happened in 2015, if I recall. I think that happened in 2015. No, Punk was gone in 2015. Punk left in 2014. So, but anyway, they can tell that story again. Then Punk will have the title, right? Jey Uso would be your world champion. So who will Roman Reigns go after? Well, you can go after Jey Uso. Take that belt from Jey Uso. And then you cue Brock Lesnar's music for next year's Royal Rumble. And we're on our way to WrestleMania 42 in New Orleans, where Brock ended the streak. Because Brock wasn't found liable of any of the nasty shit that he was accused of doing. The girl came out in the lawsuit said Brock didn't do anything wrong. Vince claimed that Brock wanted some pee-pee videos of her pissing in a cup for some reason. But that woman said Brock didn't do anything wrong, so Brock is going to come back most likely. You got CM Punk, Heyman guy, champion again. You got Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman guy, champion again. But then you got the Heyman guy coming back at the Royal Rumble. He can win the Royal Rumble. And then at that following WrestleMania New Orleans, winner takes all. Like they normally do every 3 years, merge the belts back. Now you got Brock Lesnar, double champion, running wild again in the WWE. So my take on everything is the WWE is good right now. I will watch AEW's Dimes going down the shitter. I do like how WWE and TNA is doing cross shows. The Hardy Boys are back in NXT defending the TNA championships. So it's good. Even got to see Santana Morella last week on TV. So that shit is good. WWE is cooking right now. As far as the Jade Cargill shit, why are y'all surprised? I told y'all 6 months ago, well, not 6 months ago, about fucking 3 months ago, that Naomi knocked out Jade Cargill. It was obvious. She popped up too conveniently when Bianca needed to defend the tag team titles that night. So it made sense. She got whooped at Survivor Series. It made fucking sense. Who done it? As far as everything else going on right now, Seth Rollins is going to get his ass kicked. They're going to write him off the show for a while. And then you're going to probably get Drew McIntyre and CM Punk at WrestleMania because Drew McIntyre got eliminated, I think, by CM Punk or some shit. So, no, who eliminated Drew McIntyre? I think it was Punk. No, Punk got Logan Paul. Punk got Seth Rollins off of Cena. FU and them. No, Damian Priest got Drew McIntyre. So you might not see Punk and McIntyre, but Punk is going to go after somebody to go to WrestleMania. That's going to happen. So, but in a nutshell, I am happy to see where this is going. Io Sky won last night and beat fucking Rhea Ripley. I seen that coming. They're going to build that up for WrestleMania triple threat match. Bianca Belair, fucking Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley because Rhea got involved in Bianca face last night. Expect that WrestleMania triple threat match, and most likely Bianca's going to win, get that belt because they're going to dissolve the tag team thing, most likely. And then Gunther's going to lose to Jey Uso. Believe it or not, Tiffany Stratton is going to beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. If they put their belt on Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, listen to me, the fans are going to boycott. Every time Charlotte comes out, they're going to let it be fucking known. So Tiffany Stratton is hot right now. I think she's going to keep that belt, and I have a feeling interference in that match is going to be the reason why she keeps that belt. Because Charlotte's been bumping her fucking gums a lot. So I got a feeling somebody's going to get involved in that match, and that's going to cause Tiffany Stratton to keep her belt. That way she can't say she outright lost to Charlotte or Charlotte outright beat her. You know, it doesn't look bad if Charlotte lose that way versus Tiffany beating her outright, if that makes sense. And that's all I care about. I don't really care about nothing else in WWE. Let's talk about what went on in Congress. And then I got to roast some fat folks. And if I have time, then I will look at some reactions real quick. If you guys missed Friday, Zelensky came to the White House, the president of Ukraine. He came to the White House. Now, I'm sitting here in my office, but on Friday, I was actually sitting downstairs in my living room. And I happened to turn on the TV on the wall like Bill Cosby. I turn on the TV, and I'm looking up at the TV, and I see Zelensky sitting there talking to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump went off on Zelensky, okay? He went off on Zelensky. And J.D. Vance, okay, sat over there and told Zelensky that he's playing around in Congress. And then Donald Trump. Anyway, pretty much what happened. Zelensky went to the White House. They were going to sign the mineral agreement so Trump can drill, get some money back off of all the money we put into the war, funding the war over there. And then Zelensky tried to negotiate. Okay? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I've been saying it for the last year. It's time to stop holding the hands of other countries. And don't get it twisted. Biden told Zelensky what Russia's intention were before it happened. And Zelensky turned down the offer at that time to join NATO. I'm getting that in a second, Skylar, to get into NATO. When the war kicked off, after Zelensky said, you know, we're not going to join NATO. When the war kicked off, now you want to join NATO. That would drug us into World War III. helping Ukraine for the first year or two, I can kind of understand. There's an investment there in Ukraine that America had, because we do get stuff from Ukraine from time to time. But then it comes a time to where, okay, it's getting more expensive over here. We're funding a war that we're not even supposed to be fighting. It's time to do something. Either you know, you give Russia what they want, or you join NATO. Zelensky kept putting off NATO. Then finally, towards Biden last year in, now you want to try to join NATO. Trump got in there, pretty much told Zelensky, come to the White House. We'll sign this deal. We'll get Russia off your back. Whatever. Now, is Russia going to honor a ceasefire agreement? Fuck no. The only way Russia wouldn't fuck with Ukraine is if Trump let Putin know to his face, you fuck with Ukraine because I'm drilling over there, I'm getting money off of this shit, I'm going to fuck with you. Now, Trump and J.D. Vance did tag team Zelensky. Do I think what they said to Zelensky was harsh? Depending on the context you look at it in. Zelensky came there to try to negotiate. J.D. Vance shouldn't have said shit to begin with, because as a combat vet, he been to Iraq. He know what war is like. And this man is fighting a war in his country. But J.D. Vance don't have the balls to even go to Ukraine. And that will pissed off Trump, because Zelensky told him the truth. You need to go in and see what the fuck's going on. However, Zelensky, why should we keep giving you money? It's getting expensive over here. We got to survive too. So then Trump got in Zelensky's fucking face, which was hilarious. I'm not going to fucking lie. And then Zelensky told Trump, we're going to feel it eventually. But guess what? We're already feeling it, the effects of war. And we're not even technically fighting a fucking war. And then Trump told Zelensky, you're playing cards. And Zelensky said, I'm not playing cards. And Trump said, you don't have enough cards to play with. It was a shit show. Then last night, Trump said, fuck Ukraine, no more funding. I'm gonna explain to you guys why all this is very important. And then the tariffs that's been put on Canada, China, and Mexico. Not funding Ukraine means the NATO allies is going to have to fork up the bill. And that might cause a rift with America and the NATO allies. We'll deal with that if that happens. Essentially now, if Poland and Ireland and France, if none of those guys support Ukraine, Russia's going to take it. That's what I'm getting at, Scholar. The reason why Trump is cutting funding now is like putting a fucking sanction on Russia. I'm about to get to that too. See, you give Ukraine no more money, that means the other countries not going to give Ukraine the amount we were giving them, because they don't have the type of assets that we have. So what that means is Russia is going to make headway in Ukraine for a while. You're going to turn the heat up on Ukraine. That's going to force Zelensky to apologize and sign the mineral deal. Now, at that point, that's bullying in some ways. It's a tactical thing. But that's going to allow us to go into Ukraine to get assets. Magnesium, sodium, all those minerals to make stuff with, copper, zinc, all that. That's money back in America's pocket. Businesses back in Ukraine from America, because we're buying and using mineral rights. We're making shit and funding shit. But some of the land that Russia has with Ukraine will be Russia controlled. That also means that Russia will have an invested interest in us. That means you open a pipeline of goods back up in Russia. That means prices will go back down. Those tariffs that I just mentioned for Canada, Mexico, and China come into play. Why? If we get the pipeline open back up from Russia and the overall prices go back down, okay, long as Russia don't fuck with us, we won't fuck with y'all. Do the fuck y'all want to do. Just don't fuck with us. You fuck with us, then you have a problem. Pipeline open back up. crude oil, all the assets we have from Russia. We had to get a lot of shit from Russia before the Ukraine shit. Then those tariffs that Trump got high right now, right? That's more money that'll come back in. And so if revenue from Russia, we get shit from Russia, right? Get stocks coming from Russia. Even though the tariffs are going to be pricey for the other countries, right? We won't see no big inflation jump here. For a while, it's going to go up because Ukraine is not giving what we want right now. And honestly, it wouldn't have got to this point had Ukraine just joined NATO in the first place. So, do I think that is fair? No, absolutely. This man is playing Russian roulette with his country. But America's been funding this war, and we are taking it on the chin as consumers and taxpayers and shit, right? Doing business with the biggest country in the world, pretty much Russia. It's plenty of minerals, assets, stuff come through China, through Russia. We were getting through the pipeline, fuel. It was a lot we were getting through Russia. Just go back before Ukraine, you see how prices jumped when Biden said, fuck Russia, we're done with Russia. So you get the mineral deal, you drill in Ukraine, Russia control Ukraine, you can drill there too. You give Putin his cut, Ukraine they cut, we get the majority, open up trades with Russia again, inflation come back down, the tariffs can stay high on China, Mexico, and Canada for a while. That's to recruit assets. And even though shit gonna be expensive for us getting shit through them, the money we'll be making back off the mineral rights and every damn thing will offset that, and you can start putting money back into the economy. That's how that shit is gonna work, hopefully. If not, now you're gonna be at a point where inflation is gonna be high for a very long time because we make cars and shit in Canada, believe it or not, and in Mexico, right? We get a lot of goods from China. So if we don't get the mineral rights deal anytime soon, then we'll be paying high inflation for a while. Not as high as they're going to be paying, but we'll be paying it for a while because of the tariffs. But eventually, even that will trickle down, but it'll take a couple of years. We get that mineral rights deal. Yes. So even if he would have signed a ceasefire deal, it's still up to Russia, believe it or not, to honor the deal. Now, if Trump tell Putin, hey man, if I do this, you need to honor this fucking deal. If not, it's a problem with me. I think Putin will listen. I really don't think Putin want to go to war with America. Number one, once again, invested interest. Number two, a lot of people is going to die. A lot more Russians is going to die than Americans, believe it or not. The only way Russia would survive that war is if China backed Russia. And believe it or not, even though it seemed like China and America don't get along, China make more money off of us than Russia. So guess what they going to do? Probably stay neutral. So it's one thing if we go after China, then Russia back China, and we are at a disadvantage. We have to get Japan and all NATO unions, right? But it's one thing if we go after Russia directly. The only country they got to back them is North Korea. Literally North Korea. Oh, well, yeah. Well, of course, King George is going to give him, because you're in the UK, Lulu. So, of course, King George is going to give him a warm welcome. Listen, do I think Zelensky is a bad president? No. Do I think it's honorable that Zelensky is still fighting a war on the front lines and hasn't fled his country? Absolutely. However, countries like America and the European nations, we can't keep funding the war with inflation. If Zelensky would have just came and signed that deal, yes, you can't trust Trump. You can't trust no politician. And we all know Trump a lot to you like that. That's why they call him the Donald. We know that. But you know what's driving Trump to act the way he's acting?
Elon fucking Musk.
Exactly. Let me apologize. King George is the third. That's exactly. You're right, Lulu. Elon Musk is a motherfucker. Let me paint this picture for you guys. Elon Musk is from Africa. He's from Africa. He's a white nigga. He's from Africa. Okay. He's the richest man in the fucking world. All right. He ain't missing no fucking meals. That bitch eat good. Bill Clinton, 42nd president of the United States, right? He shrunk the government for over a couple of years. There's nothing wrong with shrinking down the government. It's how you're going about doing it. There are a lot of Republicans. There are veterans and federal workers. They're Republicans. They're losing their fucking jobs and they're getting fucking pissed off. Anytime you see the Ku Klux Klan standing with niggas, you know it's serious. There was a federal worker. Because just because you are a Klan member doesn't mean you wear your robe all the time. You dress up like I dress up and go to fucking work. Right? Some of them are even vets, Klan members, lost their jobs. There was a petition outside of the White House a week and a half ago. And this white man sits up there and says, I'm part of the brotherhood. But as of right now, this black man is going through the same thing I'm going through. Now I understand. My own fucking people. It's done cut me, done fired me. You know it's a problem when the Klan stand with niggas. So, and I don't think Elon Musk is cognitive of that, because any minute bring a chainsaw on stage with his conspiracy theories is just through the fucking roof. He doesn't have a understanding. What Elon Musk perceive is a reality to him, pretty much, right? He live in La La Land. So Tesla stocks is plummeting, falling down. What I want to know is, what is the end game? What's the end game? Right now, America is actually starting to do something I never thought I would see. And I'm going to quote Martin Luther King. He had a dream that one day we'll all stand together, right? Elon Musk is causing so much chaos that I'm starting to see that. And I know some of you are as well. I even know the Republicans are dialing back the party. It's not about the party no more. It's about America, because shit is happening to you guys now that shouldn't really be happening to you guys, but it's happening. So now people are trying to band together because we have a common threat amongst our people. I find that kind of amazing, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. It's going to get very chaotic. And two things might happen. One, Elon Musk might get so radical that somebody go after him and actually take his ass out. Or Congress will remove Elon Musk from power. Option three, Elon Musk started to get too much attention and they're going to rub Donald Trump the wrong way. And then Donald Trump, Elon Musk is going to have a big falling out. And that might divide America temporarily, because you got some conspiracy theories out there. And ultimately, if that happens, Trump will keep his job. Option four, Trump keep letting Elon Musk run shit, and then they get rid of Elon Musk and Trump still follow Elon Musk, then Congress will remove Trump from power. Why? It's Republican House and Senate. This time it'll go through because Republicans got to get reelected at midterms. Then that's horrible option five. Trump get assassinated, Elon Musk get assassinated. And we don't want that. Even though you got cuckoo people in the world, They have a right to voice their opinions about things. But when you fuck with people's money, that's not a problem. When you fuck with folks' livelihoods, that fucking point, that's a serious problem. But as of right now, Elon Musk, believe it or not, as kooky as he is actually starting to unite America. And it's long overdue. We've been so divided. That's why shit ain't been getting done. I do agree with some of the policies, though. I do agree that some of the stuff that we were putting money into, we didn't have to. I do agree that transgender men shouldn't be in women's sports. I do agree that if you work for the federal government, you should have your ass at the office. I agree with a lot of some of this shit. I agree that we shouldn't fund the war no more. I agree with that. But I'm not loyal to no party. I just agree that's better for America. However, there's a lot of shit that's going on now. Like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Because Trump has an investment with Elon Musk. He's the richest man in the world. You know what type of power Trump has at his disposal with the richest man in the world? Elon Musk has more income coming in right now than America makes in a year. Elon Musk has more money than the amount we gave Ukraine over the last 3 years. That type of power at your disposal, Trump is kissing Elon Musk's ass, and Elon Musk is manipulating him. So that's why shit is going the way it's going. Because as long as Trump got Elon Musk in his corner, he can do what the fuck he want to do. Get that man some missiles. Elon Musk can go buy Trump some missiles. On the radar. So who's really running the country, though? Is it Trump? Well, the Supreme Court justice running the country, by the way. Everything goes to the Supreme Court to become law. Even the executive branch that Trump can make orders, it got to get signed up by a Supreme Court justice. So the Supreme Court justice is running the country. Trump just run the executive branch of the United States. And then, of course, all states have their own governors and their own federal government, which is funded by the federal government, but then there's state government that's funded by, you know, the federal department of their state government shit, right? But it's for state level shit, which Trump has no power over. What I'm getting at is this. As long as you got Elon Musk running wild and free, it's going to be chaotic. But the more chaotic that it is, the more Americans are going to band together. So just bear with it. See what happens. I think we're coming out of a period for the last 10 years where it's been very chaotic. I'm glad, too, that censorship is being put to rest. We can finally start saying shit that we really want to say again. I've been, oh, my God, you're fucking this and that because you said fucking bitch shit, come ass and fucking faggot. So we're getting back to normal. It's just that it's going to get a little bit worse before it get better. We might still go to World War III. I think ultimately we will. I just hope we can push it back a few more years. We can use some peace and quiet for a while. Finally, I got about 10 minutes. I want to talk about the fat acceptance group. Tess Holliday, Emerlyn Reed, and Glitters and Lasers, right? Anna O'Brien. I'm not even going to show the video because I don't have enough time to critique the 3 videos. So I might do something separate offline. I got a little free time. Or Thursday, I come back on, react to that, plus you other guys' reaction that you want me to react to. I just got to say something real quick. Lizzo lost a lot of fucking weight, right? Lizzo, the singer, right? She lost a lot of goddamn weight, okay? I got to give it to fucking Lizzo. She lost a lot of goddamn weight. Then you got Emily Reed, 500 pounds. She's going around talking about, I'm not going to weigh myself no more. I'm not going to weigh myself no more. Oh, NFL draft. I'll be at the draft party at the stadium. Don't worry about it, Falcons. I will be there. I will be there at the draft party, Falcons. I'm already ready to hit the field again. Don't worry about it. Your boy Savar will be on the field again this year doing flag detail, and I'll be at the draft party. Don't be out at the bench. Don't worry about it, baby. I'll be there. Anyway, can't wait for this season. I got plans for this season in the NFL. Anyway, back to what I was saying. She going around talking about, oh my God, I want to lose weight. I'm 500 pounds. I'm tired of people, and I'm sick. Don't know why I'm sick with motherfucking COVID and all this shit. And you guys go sub to Alan Roberts' channel. But don't be a pussy, because he'll cuss you out and then you'll be in your feelings. Okay. Anyway, my advice to Emily Reed is this. How many girlfriends have you had? Because it seemed to me, you get these women, they come in. Maybe it's because your pussy stink. I don't know what it is. You can't keep a woman. Now, a lot of these women is only fucking with you because you're Emily Reed. You have a little bit of a decent following, 230 some thousand. So you make a little bit of money on YouTube. So they just coming in, strapping up with an oxygen mask on, probably hitting it for a few months, and then you're paying them. They get what they want, and they go. And you cry. And then you got sick with COVID. Are you surprised? You're fat. You're 500 pounds. Lose weight. It's the same shit with Emily Reed every 3 to 5 months to you Emily Reed stupid fucktards that say, oh my God, why do she go through this? Emily Reed does that when her views go down. She does this shit every 3 to 5 months. Just go look at her videos. That's for views. But you know what's going to happen real soon to Emily Reed? She going to get really sick. I looked at her real good in that last video when she was talking. Her skin color's changing. It ain't filtered neither. Your skin color's changing. You wearing all that fucking makeup, chemicals on your fucking face. You're fat, you're obese. You don't get enough sunlight. You don't do enough for yourself. I'm almost 40, so my gray hairs is natural. I'm almost 40 years old. But I'm in damn good shape. I plan on doing a bodybuilding show at the end of the fucking year. So I'm bulking up now. I'm getting stronger. I got plans for the end of the year. That's going to be on my fitness channel if I decide to pursue natural bodybuilding, guys, not steroids. I love my dick and balls too much for that shit in my heart. So I might not never win a show, might not never be the biggest guy out there, but I got plans to bodybuild for a show at the end of the year. Then I'm going to go back to powerlifting again, get back and try to get my feet wet in that again. But anyway, my advice to Emily Reed is to wake the fuck up. Just wake up. Just stop. You're being a slut for views. You're literally being a log cow. You're slutting yourself out for views. Stop it. Michael Jordan said that. Stop it. The suicide commercial. Charles in the chat. Go Cats Day. Stop it. Get some help. That's what you need to do. You need to do that. Get some help. Which takes me to Tess Holliday. Tess Holliday was on this show talking about her life and why people judge her because she's fat. Listen, you know what touches me more than anything in the world? And I ain't talking about how often my wife touched the dick. Good times right there. It's real good times. It's fun times, actually. And my wife decided to touch the dick a little bit. But you know what really touches my soul? When I go to the gym and I see elderly people working out in the gym, or I see obese people working out in the gym, and people like me, people that's in shape, we're motivating them, patting them on the back. Keep it up. You got this. Longevity. You got this. That makes my day. And to see more of a surge of obese people hitting the gym lately. See, the New Year's is long gone. It's March the 4th. And I have been seeing a surge of obese people. I guess they realized that the Wegovy and Ozempic, all those semaglutides, is doing more harm than good, even though a lot of people are seeing benefits. They're taking their ass to the fucking gym. That makes my day. Tess Holliday going around here talking about, oh my God, you people are fat phobic because you have a problem with how I look. You look like death. We're all going to die, but why rush to get there? You look like death. You look like you can birth a hippopotamus. You look horrible. Have you not seen yourself? I bet if you raise all that fat up and look down there, where that fat bitch said, you would see a horror show. You guys remember Hellraiser? I just went through acupuncture. You guys remember fucking Needle Face? Needle Face will have a heart attack. Needle fucking Face will have a heart attack when you raise up all that shit and look at the vag and your navel and the disease, fungus, and bacteria that's been housed there. Listen, that's what I'm talking about, Skylar. That's the shit right there I'm talking about. Your dad is setting an example. I have nightmares. Fat folks, listen. You know it's bad when you sit down and you can't even see how you wipe your shit. How often do you guys wash your underwear and it shit stains in your drawers? The periods are horrible for fat folks. Why? Estrogen levels very high in fat folks. Why? Because high estrogen normally means you have a higher risk of getting cancer, that of the ovarian kind as well as breast cancer. Too much estrogen is not a good thing. Just like too much testosterone is not a good fucking thing. It's good for energy and shit, but too much of it's not a good fucking thing. Patrick, you goddamn, they will run, Forrest, fucking run, and you're goddamn right. You gotta be honest with yourselves. That's why y'all doll yourself up with makeup and try to hide the fact that you're insecure. I don't like Lizzo because she forced her people to have sex and dildos and shit up they shit overseas on that tour. That's all that came out. So I have no love. But then too, the people also had a choice. But a lot of them was getting paid. That's the only job they had. So they had to sacrifice. But for her to lose weight because she realized that she need to lose fucking weight, I have to clap for Lizzo. I don't like the black bitch, but I got to clap for that bitch. Samara's another fat, but plus size. A Harvard degree and dumb as a fucking stump. Common sense isn't that coming. J Babe is begging for money right now, and I don't even know what the fuck Foodie Beauty is doing, and that brings it all back around to glitters and lasers. You chop off skin fat, your arms, and you're trying to give advice about health and mental health. I'm a combat vet. I know all about mental health. Personal trainer, a lot of shit. But I'm not retarded. I have an autistic son. You guys can see him on the stream time in that picture back there. He finally lost his first tooth, by the way. And then my daughter had a tooth pulled this week. It was fucking, well, last week it was fucking horrible. Fucking horrible, man. The kids, they teeth, they falling out, had to pull them teeth growing. Anyway, my son's autistic and he has a better understanding about shit at 6 than you obese fucks in your 30s and 20s and shit. And that's because when you are obese, inflammation on the brain slows down blood flow to the brain, oxygen, so cells die. You get stupid. Your frontal lobe, where your executive functions and cognitive fucking thinking, in the back of your brain, your hippocampus, where memory and shit is, and you know the executive functions is actually executed back here because you're thinking here and back here and shit. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. So your way of thinking is askewed. That's why fat folks believe there's nothing wrong with them. They should be included in shit. Airlines. I remember there was an issue in Baltimore. This lady had to take her kids and get off the plane that she had been waiting to fly all day because an obese motherfucker couldn't be accommodated. So they had to make her give up her seats to accommodate the fat fuck. Couldn't have been me. I'm sorry. Wouldn't have been me. I would have told you, put that bitch in a cargo plane, give him oxygen mask, and make sure the goddamn cabin's pressurized. Couldn't have been me. Because if you think I'm lying, look it up a couple years ago. It is fucked up, Scholar. when you get that big and your motherfucking ass have to be pampered like that, and people that work hard to pay for a plane ticket, and she had children. I'm gonna find this shit. I'm gonna show you guys before I get off of here. Cause I'm about to wrap this up. I'm gonna show you. Let me find this real quick. Let me get on Chrome. Let me find this. Let me find this shit. Okay, woman and kids. Woman with kids. Have to get off plane. There it is, December 18th. Woman and 2 kids kicked off plane to make room. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this. Let me share this. This made the news. I'm about to show you this. There, right here. You guys see that? That right there. She literally had to get out to make room for 2 kids. Right here. And this made the news.
I'm done spending an obscene amount of money on takeout every done.
I remember the woman, it was the holiday season. She had been waiting. She had been waiting.
My friends, and welcome back.
Yeah.
Let me see. Find it.
You purchased the needed number.
Here, right here. Wait a minute. Southwest Airlines did it. She was waiting. I'm gonna try to find the story, but what it was, she was waiting.
Activists being all stoked about this. And oh, get done. Sorry, I don't have any friends either.
I gotta find
I'll mock up something.
Anyway, you guys can go watch. But anyway, I'm gonna find the actual video. But what it was. Let me go back. Let me see something. The woman with her children was waiting to fly. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Woman with 2 kids out gal plane for fat person. Let me see. Southwest Airlines. It was on. I'm gonna find that, and I'm gonna show the news article. And anyway, I ain't got time, but what it was, the woman was waiting. It was over the holidays. I remember she was waiting. She was waiting to board the plane. They got on the plane, got in their seats, and then the Southwest attendants made her give them, say, hey, we need to accommodate this. We'll pay you for your seats and put you on a different plane. I think she was going to California too. She was flying from coast to coast for the holidays. It was fucking, it made news. It was fucking horrible. I couldn't believe it. I was fucking horrible. I'm going to end with this. My message to you obese motherfuckers out there in relationships that's going sour. And this applies to the common sense crowd as well. When you have some money and people don't, whether you are obese, small, have an education, have shit going for you, I want you guys listening. I'm going to get over here. People will use you. People will tell you anything that you want to hear so they can get in good with you, so they can use you. Tess Holliday can't keep a man. She hate white men, so she's quote unquote gay. Amlin Reed can't keep nobody. I don't know what the fuck going on, J Babe. Samara's not wanted. Common sense isn't common anymore. And people have the tendency to submit. And I'm mainly talking to the women out there, right? Very few men does this. It's the men that use these tactics to get laid. Okay. You women have to realize when you open yourself up and you show too much too quick, you'll be taken advantage of. It's nature. Lust and love is two different things. People lust for shit because they want that gratitude. Money will make you lust for a lot of shit. A better way of life will make you lust for a lot of shit. Scamming people will make you lust for a lot of shit. You know what's the telltale sign of this that you can see? When they keep telling you the same thing, but they're not producing the evidence. They can tell you I'm doing something, and they'll keep saying they doing something, but it never gets done. And then you'll sit there and play boo-foo the fucking fool. Oh, he said he gonna take me out. Oh, she said she gonna do this. She said we gonna get a house. He said he gonna do this and buy me a car. He said he gonna move in with me. She said he gonna move in. They say it all the time and nothing never happens. Y'all gotta stop falling for the trap. Actions speak louder than words. Some of y'all marry blindly because you like the ethnicity of the person. And you're married blindly. I have seen that. Look at fucking Feudy Beauty. Prime motherfucking example. Vegan Games, who I heard swinging for the same team. Now, how you doing, bitch? You be in the next roast. Heard you going both ways now, but that's not surprising to me at all. I mean, your woman left you already talking about being pegged by trannies and shit. So whatever. It is what it is. But people tend to do shit like that because they just want to be accepted. Never submit. I don't care who the fuck you is. And if you have a problem with your weight, stop crying and submit to your weight and do something about it. Then maybe you can keep a relationship. And stop meeting assholes online, Emily Reed, fucking Lizzo, Tess Holland. Stop meeting assholes online. Well, not Lizzo, I think. But I know Emily Reed. Stop meeting people on fucking line, you stupid son of a bitch. Stop doing that. I tell anybody, I don't give a fuck about what they got going on. If you can't see them, and if you can't be with them, they'll lie to you to keep you sending them money. Then they finally come see you. They got what they want. They go away. They go away. They keep telling you the same shit. Oh, I'll be back. I'll come back. I'll be back. And then you get the Dear John letter. Oh, wow. Shocker. Stop it. You're only hurting yourself. Some of y'all try to play mental gymnastics because you think you're smart. You think you know. And all you doing is digging that goddamn hole for yourself. And you're so foolish, you keep doing the same shit, expecting different results, and you never get the results because you ain't acknowledged the problem, and the problem is you. So that's my advice, women. Stop being submissive. Stop submitting to strangers and get your shit together. That's what y'all should do. Lose weight, think positive of yourself, do for yourself, and find you someone that's actually in your life. Not on Skype, they shutting that down. Not a phone call, not 500 miles away, not across the motherfucking country, not a different continent. Amlin, Rick, and Reed, you got that. I met this girl in Florida. She's coming up to visit me. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. You being played, motherfucker. All y'all that do is you're being played. You're being played. Stop being played. For once in y'all fucking life, stop being played. Stop submitting to your fatness, beat the fatness, and stop being played. Problem solved. Anyway, I will be back fucking Thursday. Let me check this fucking Q&A, this poll real quick. Let me see what y'all say about Geekdom. Is Geekdom lying? We know he fucking lied. He lied through his motherfucking teeth. Lied about a lot of shit. Lied about your sources all the motherfucking time. Let me see. Let me check this. There we go. That's blah, 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 blah. There we go. 92% of y'all say Geekdom is a lie. Oh, wow. Good shit. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. All right, Skylar, thank you guys for coming out. I'll be back Thursday with another live stream, more of a roast. Reactions, get your reactions ready. Have your links ready to go. I'll be clicking on the links, sharing the shit, reacting to shit. No music, please. No music. I will see you guys Thursday. Until then, you guys take care. Being Matner. I'm everyone. Peace.